Let me just figure it out that something is the issue. Are you able to see it on YouTube as well? Okay, let me just check or my phone is not working. Hello, good evening. I think now it's live on YouTube as well, right? So there was some tech glitch, right? So now it is live on both YouTube as well as BEP app. Okay, so good evening all. Welcome to this last lab for CAT 2021. So for the next 1 month, we shall be having sessions. I'm sure you already attended Saral Sir's session day before yesterday. Right, so we'll be revising you for CAT, taking different topics per day. So this is the calendar that you can see over here, right? We started day before yesterday and this is the calendar for the coming days, right? So tomorrow we'll have, so today we have this session. Tomorrow, please don't forget that every day on these mentioned dates at 7 p.m. we shall have a session, right? So different teachers, Gaurav sir, Saral sir, Savitri ma'am, Vikas sir, Pradeep sir, and all others will be taking sessions in this series, right? So till 21st of November, we have the schedule, right? So don't forget to watch these sessions at 7 p.m. daily. Okay, so make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, or if you use BYJU'S exam preps app, you can view these at these particular timings, right? So you can save these calendars, right? And I'll be coming live on 7th with Venn diagrams, right? And I'll be having one more on number based and missing data sets on 13th. And today I have on arrangement and matrix based sets. All right, so let's begin today's class. Let's start with the first set of the day. Okay, so I hope all of you are waiting for this session eagerly. All right. So here's the first set. It is based on seating arrangement along with blood relations. It says that there are 8 people A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and they are sitting around a circle facing the center, but not necessarily in the same order. Of course, they are never in the same order. Why would there be a question then? Okay, and certain statements are given to us, right? So let us try to solve it and let us try to understand the approach as to how we can solve such questions in the best possible time. So what should be done in this case? See, whenever you have a seating arrangement along with blood relations, right? The first thing you should do is solve for blood relations. Because if I say that D's daughter sits second to the right of F, I do not know who is D's daughter, right? If I say B sits second to the left of H's husband, I do not know who is H's husband, right? I do not know these names. So in order to find out that, the first thing should be to solve for blood relations. So first we'll solve for blood relations and then we'll find out that who is sitting at which of these positions. Okay. Yes, Satyam, you rightly said that we'll find the blood relations first. Okay. All right. So let's see this. Ignore this statement. It says F is the sister of G. Okay. So F is a female and she's a sister of G. F is not an immediate. Okay. A is the father of G. So A will be the father of both of these people. Okay. And H brother D and H's husband. So H is a female and her brother is D. Okay, so they are a sibling pair and G is the mother of C. So G is also a female. Right. Now we cannot connect the remaining two people. We have, we have not even connected these two as well. This is a separate pair and these are a set of 4 people. So we need to have 2 more people. Who are they? B and E. So can I find some relation? Who will be B? Who will be E? So this is an interesting set. Can you find something for B and E? Any idea for B and E? Yes, you rightly said that D has a daughter. Okay, so D has a daughter. What else? So we have to find two more people, B and E. Okay, no mention of those. Okay, so let us see this thing. So there are two more things that are given to us, that D has a daughter. Okay, and also if you see that H has mother, right? So they will have a mother as well, and D has a daughter, right? So if she's a mother, right, so she'll be a female. D has a daughter, she will also be a female. Okay, so there will be two more female members in the family, right? Now, can we find the relation? Can we join these family now? So there are two more people, both of them are females. What is the next step that you should be doing in this? Yes, Rakshana is absolutely right that H is the wife of. So H's husband is also there, right? Now H's husband, so D is the brother, right? There are no other visible males. So H's husband should be A, right? If you think that H is the wife of C, in that case, what will happen is, right? They like this is one of these people, right? So that means that H's husband is A. Married to H, right? D is the brother of H, and we have one mother that we do not know, and one of them is the daughter of D. Okay. All right. So now let us try making arrangement, and probably we could find out something. Right? We can find out something from that. Okay, so let us start with the arrangement part then. Maybe we could find some more information when we do the arrangement bit. Okay, so if we start with it, so let us start with the first statement itself. It says B sits second to the left of H's husband. So we'll make seating arrangement of 8 people. And it says that B sits second to the left of H's husband. So H's husband is A. So B is second to the left of A. Okay, so we place B, so A will be this side. Okay, no female is an immediate neighbor of B. So that means there have to be two male members here, one male member here, one male member here. Okay, now if these two are male members, we know that A is a male member, D is a male member, and so A cannot be this person. So this means that C will be a male member. So C is the son of G. Okay, so C will be the son of G. So this one of them will be C, another person should be D. So these two people are C and D respectively. Okay, so this is done. All right, so now let us connect some more people. Only one person sits between A and F. So this is A, so this should be F. Okay, D's daughter sits second to the right of F. This is F. So D's daughter is, we do not know, right? Now we know that these two people remaining are B and E. We were finding that they were among B and E. So second to the right of F means this person. Now this person cannot be B. So that means E is the daughter of D and B is the mother of H and D. So this gives us that this is E. Okay. So we get the position of E as well. Right. Now we are left with two people. Only one person sits between H and G. Fine. Right. G is not an immediate neighbor of E. So G is not here. So it will be H. It will be G. Now we have to find between these two. Right. We have to find between C and D. Who is C? Who is D? Okay. So let's figure out that how can we find C and D in this. Have we missed any statement? I think we did not use this completely, right? Uh, F. Okay, so let's use this point. H's brother D sits to the immediate left of H's mother. H's mother is B, so this will be D. Okay, so this will be D and this will be C. So this completes a arrangement. Is it clear? So this will complete the arrangement of 8 people. How we find E? So it said that uh, this was second to the, so D's daughter sits second to the right of F. So we had placed B, we had placed A, we had placed F. So B was given, right? B and A was given in the beginning, and one person between A and F means this. And if D's daughter sits second to the right of F, so this should be D's daughter. Now D's daughter has to be among B and E. This cannot be B because B is sitting here. So that means it was E. So that is why D's daughter is E, and hence we found out all the 8 people. Okay, all right, so let's now we can answer the questions on this. Right, so it was an interesting set. You had to first make a blood relation, which was also incomplete. So once we started making the arrangement, then the blood relation got complete. Okay, all right, so here's the first question. What is the position of A with respect to his mother-in-law? So A's mother-in-law is B, and A's position is second to the, since they're facing inward, so this is second to the right. Okay, the answer is D. Okay, next. Who amongst the following is D's daughter? So D's daughter is E. D's daughter is E. How many people sit between G and her uncle? How many people between G and her uncle? G is this, G's uncle is D. So how many people between G and D? This is G and this is D. So if you count from either side, you see that there are 3 persons in between. Either way you count, so that will be 3 people. Okay. How did you determine that husband of H is A and not C? Okay, so let's if you visit that part. Okay, so that's a fair point, that we assume that it is, because we did not know the gender of C. Then husband of, if we took, let's say, let's try that also. Let's try that possibility and rule out if possible. Okay. Yeah, so let's take this point also, that we knew that A, G, right, C, and if we take F, these were given to us. Suppose I take H and D, right? So they both will be child of G. No, child of C थोड़ी होगा. तो इसके, so that will give us 1 person here, 1 person here. Okay, so let us try with that. Maybe we excluded that possibility. So B and E will still be left. Okay, you tried with C as husband and so if someone tried it, I mean, try it with the seating arrangement, right? So maybe it will get eliminated, right? So Neela has tried it. So try this thing, try this family tree with the seating arrangement. If it gets eliminated, then that means that C cannot be the husband of H. Okay, so please do that and try it. Okay. So the next question is, what is the position of A with respect to his grandchild? So A's grandchild is C, right? So with respect to C, A is the immediate right. Okay. All right. So let's do the next set. It says that now this is a past year CAT question, okay, which appeared in CAT 2017. A tea taster was assigned to rate various varieties of tea from 6 different locations: Munnar, Wayanad, Uti, Darjeeling, Assam, and Himachal. These varieties of tea were placed in 6 cups numbered 1 to 6, not necessarily in the same order. The tea taster was asked to rate these varieties of tea on the strength of their flavor on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so the teas had to be rated 1 to 10, and he gave a unique integer rating to each tea. Okay, now further instructions are given to us that cup number 6 contained tea from Himachal, tea from Uti got the highest rating, but it was not in cup 3, and so on. Right, so these are the some of the statements that are given to us. Okay, so some of you must have already solved this question in the past, right? So you should be able to do it fast. But for others, let's see that how do we proceed in this case. So whenever you have certain sets wherein some numbers are involved, right? So look at the statements that talk about like double the rating, right? So it will give you only some possibilities of cup 5, right? Cup 5 and 3, you will not get too many possibilities, right? So you should start with such statements. This is giving you a direct data that cup 6 contained from Himachal. Okay, so let us write these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the cups. Let us find the city or like state, whatever they have given, and the rating. Okay, so 6 is from Himachal. Uh, so tea from Uti got the highest rating. It was not in cup 3. The rating of tea in cup 3 was double that of rating in cup 5. So cup 5 will be some number, tea will be double of that. Only 2 cups got ratings in even numbers. Now, only 2 cups got ratings in even number. That means that cup 3 is already an even number, right? This is an even number because it is 2 times of cup 5. Okay, so this will be even number. Cup 2 got the minimum rating and this rating was an even number. So these two will get even numbers. These two should get even numbered ratings and others will get odd numbered ratings. Okay, that simplifies this. Well, now if we see this key, what are the possibilities that 3 could get? So you could have 1 and 2. Okay, 5 has to be odd. Cup 5 comma 3, 5 has to be odd. So 1 2, it can be 3 6 5 10. Okay, now 1 and 2 is not possible because this has to be the least rating. Okay, so if it is 2, then cup 3 will get the least, so that is not possible. Okay, and OT got the highest rating, it was not in cup 3, so it cannot get the highest rating as well. Okay, so it cannot get the least rating, it cannot get the highest rating as well, right? So extremes are eliminated, so only possibility is 3 and 6. Okay, so you will have the you have 3 in this case, cup 5, and 6 in cup 3. Okay, all right. Now we have to find this number also. It has to be the least number. So possibility is 2 4s, right? It cannot be 4 because if you take 4, it is more than 3. So only possibility is 2. So this is also done. So we fill the ratings of these two. Okay, so 2 ratings are done, and Ooty is the highest rating. Okay, we do not know. Acha, tea in cup 3 got a higher rating than in cup A. So cup 3 is greater than cup A, so it cannot be the highest, right? So this means OT is the highest, right? So this will be OT, and this is higher than this value, right? 6 is greater than this rating. Now what could this rating be, right? So what could this rating be? So I cannot have, this has to be odd number, right? Less than 6. 1 is not possible because minimum rating is 2. 3 is also not possible, that is unique. So the only possibility for cup 1 is 5. Okay. Now we are left with odd numbers, that are 7 and 9, because 1 cannot be the rating of anyone, right? So 1 and 9, 7 and 9. So this will be 9 highest and this will be 7. Okay. So rating is also done. Now what we have to find is, we have to find these cities. Can we find these cities? So this thing is done. The rating of tea from Wayanad was more than the rating of tea from Munnar, but less than the rating from Assam. So we have AWM. Achha, one more city is remaining, which is that city. Let me just see the names. Darjeeling. Okay. So Darjeeling is one of these, and AWM. Right. So these are the possibilities that we will get. Now, usually in CAT, you are not able to fill everything. They will give you condition-based questions. So we can find the rating of all these cups, right? And we can find the T's from two of the cities, cup 4 and cup 6. For the rest, we know that A is greater than W is greater than M, and D is also one of those. We can't rule out the possibility that D is the high. D is the D is more than A. So we do not know about D, but we know about these three. Okay. So here's the question. So this is the table that we just created, right? Rating, place, and Assam greater than Wayanad greater than Munnar. So what was the number of the cup that contained tea from Ooty? So this we can answer that it is cup number 4. Okay. What was the second highest rating given? So highest rating is 9, second highest given is 7. If the tea from Munnar did not get the minimum rating, what was the rating of the tea from Wayanad? So as I said, we will use these relations. AWM, right? So Munnar is not the least, right? So Darjeeling should be the least, right? Because D is also, now these are two are not the least. So obviously Darjeeling will be the least. So we have AWM. Okay, so that means Wayanad is 5. Okay, so we get 5 as the answer. Next, if the cup containing varieties of tea from Wayanad and Ooty had consecutive numbers, which of the following may be true? Wayanad and Ooty had consecutive numbers, right? Cup numbers. Okay, not rating. Cup numbers are consecutive. So Ooty we know is 4. So Wayanad will be either 5 or it will be 3. So accordingly, let's find it. Okay, so it is saying that Wayanad and Ooty had consecutive numbers, right? So if I take Wayanad here, right? See, we know that Assam is greater than Wayanad, right? So I cannot take Wayanad here, because if I take Wayanad here, I cannot have Assam more than Wayanad, right? So this is not possible. So that means Wayanad will be this, and Wayanad is more than Munnar. So this will be Munnar and Assam and Darjeeling, right? So we are not sure of whether which one will be Darjeeling, which will be Assam. Okay, so we cannot have Wayanad as the rating 6. Okay, now the which of the following may be true? Cup 5 contains from Assam, that is false. Cup 1 contains from Darjeeling, that could be true. Okay, it is asking which of the following could be true, not necessarily true. Okay, tea from Wayanad is getting rating 6, that we know is not wrong, it is incorrect. And tea from Darjeeling got the minimum rating, that is also false. See, whenever the question says may be true, could be true, so you should know that in that case, other three options will be false. And this, the fourth option that you have to pick is either true or false. Okay, so that's the way to identify such questions, right? So, and if a question says which of the following must be true, in that case, other options will be like one option will be true and other could be true, false. It could be completely false, right? Or it could be true false type or completely false, right? So if it is must be true, then must be true should be chosen this. If the statement question says could be true, then it could be either true or false. Okay, so the answer is option B. So this was the question from CAT 2017. Now let us have a look at another question which is from a past year paper. This was asked in CAT 2006. I don't know how many of you see those papers, right? The past year papers. Okay, you must be attempting 17 to 20, but not past year paper. So we've got some questions from the past as well. So it says that there are four families that decided to attend the marriage ceremony of one of their colleagues. One family has no kids, while the others have at least one kid each. Okay. Each family with kids has at least one kid attending the marriage. Given below is some information about the families and the order in which they reach the marriage ceremony. Okay, so these are four families, like four couples. They have uh, none or multiple kids. Okay, they attended a marriage ceremony in a particular order. So you are given certain data about who attended in what order. Okay, so we have to find out. I mean, we let's find out that who attended in what order, and then we will answer the questions. And so, can you make a table of this? And how many of you have attempted this set? Anyone solved this set in the past, or seeing it for the first time? I'm sure many of you might not have seen this because when it comes to past year papers, you restrict from 17 to 20, isn't it? Or you do some like games and tournaments or those kind of sets, but not these kind of ones, right? Okay, so Simran, Garvit have done it great. So in the past also CAT used to have good questions. It's not that after 2015 it changed. Prior to 2000, like earlier also, maybe in the period between 2009 to 14, that was the time when CAT did not have very difficult DI. At least LR was still good. Right? DI was not difficult. DI turned into that logical thing in 2015, and prior to that also there were some DI sets which were really good. Okay, so solve some past year games and tournament sets. Right, there is one set on Olympic rating, that is one good set. Right, so there have been some great sets in the past as well. And I'm sure you must have downloaded the admit cards and seen where your center is, what slot you've got, isn't it? So don't worry about the slot. Okay, no matter which slot you get, it's all relative marking. Okay, so last year I got a slot. I mean, in which DILR was comparatively easy. My score in DILR went down. However, in quant, my score went up. Right, that's because of the relative marking. Okay. So how do we approach this is क्यों नहीं चल रहा है? So we have 4 people coming in this, right? So there are 4 couples. So you can write the name of the husband, the wife, and the number of kids. And so it's a matrix. Okay, this set was taught in grade up super class. Okay, all right. So who taught this? I did not teach this in the class. I mean, in the super class. Okay, so see, the family with 2 kids came just before the family with no kids, right? So 2 0. Shanti, who does not have any kids, reached just before Sri Devi's family. So this is Shanti, right? And this is Sri Devi. Okay. Sunil and his wife reached last with their only kid. So Sunil is the last person, and they have only one kid. Okay. Now this cannot be Shanti, right? So this could be 2 0, right? We could have 2 0 here. Anil is not the husband of Joya. Okay, Anil and Raj are fathers. So Anil, Raj, they have children. Okay, so Anil and Raj cannot be married to Shanti. Sridevi and Anita's daughters go to the same school. So Sridevi and Anita have at least one child. So anyway, we know that Shanti does not have a child. Okay, uh, so Joya came before Shanti and met Anita when she reached the venue. So this is Shanti, right? So Joya must have come before her and she met Anita. So that means Anita was already present there. Okay, so this is the order in which they come. Okay, Raj and his son could not come, so Raj is also a father. So Anil, Raj are fathers. One person remains, which is Raman, right? So Raman will not be a father, right? So Raman is married to Shanti. Okay, so Raman is married to Shanti, and Sunil is the last person to come, right? So see, last person can be Sridevi only because see we know that Shanti is Shanti came before Sridevi and Joya came before Shanti and Anita was already there, right? So Anita, Joya, Sridevi, Shanti and Sridevi, right? So this is Raman. Okay. Anil is not the husband of Joya, so Anil will be the husband here, and this will be Raj. Okay. Now Joya has 2 kids. Okay, because 2 came after 0, and the number of kids we cannot tell. It will be at least 1. Okay, the number of kids will be at least 1 in case of these pairs, right? Anil and Anita. Okay, so this will be the order in which they will come, and these are the number of kids that they have, right? So Anil and Anita are the first pair to arrive, and they have at least one kid, right? We do not know any the number of kids, right? Nothing is given as such. Raj and Joya are the second one to come with. They have 2 kids. Raman and Shanti are the couple that do not have any kid, and Sunil and Sridevi have 1 kid because it is given that Sunil is the last person with only kid. Okay. So this is the order in which they arrive at the place. Right. So let's answer the questions on this. Raman stays farthest ka significance. It has no significance. It's just that Raman is one of the persons. Right. So Raman is one of the persons that is given to us. Now how to make tables? Okay, so in this case, see, it's a sequence based thing, right? A person is arriving before someone else. So first column you take the order of people. So whenever it is like chronological thing, so take the first column as like month or whatever this is given, or let's say if they have given the dates and all, right? In this case, it is the arrival order that is the important thing, right? He came before, she came after, those kind of things. So that's why we took it this way. So arrived third is Shanti. Correct husband and wife pair. So out of these we have Sunil and Sridevi. Okay, Sunil and Sridevi is the correct pair out of these. Of the following pairs whose daughters go to the same school. The same school की condition देखनी पड़ेगी किसमें लिखी थी. Okay, what was that? Same school के थे Sridevi and Anita, right? So basically you have to tell their husbands. So Sridevi and Anita, their children go to the same school, so it will be Anil and Sunil. Okay, Anil and Sunil, their daughters go to the same school. Whose family is known to have more than one kid for certain. Now they've used the word certain because we do not know the number of children of this, right? Anil and Anita, no such information is given, but they will have at least one kid because only one of the families does not have a kid, right? But we are sure that Raj and Joya will have two kids. Okay, that's why it is given that it is certain. It is uncertain, right? It could be one, it could be two, but for Raj and Joya, it is certain that they have two kids. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next set. This is again a past year question, right? I don't know how many of you have solved this question. This is a good one, right? It's a good one because you will get multiple cases in this, and then condition based questions. Okay. So it says that 21 participants from 4 continents, Africa, America, Australasia, and Europe, attending a United Nations conference. Each participant was an expert in one of 4 fields: labor, health, population, and population studies, and refugee relocation. The following 5 facts about the participants are given. Okay, so good that you have solved these questions, right? So for the ones who have not solved it, let's see that how do we solve this. Okay, and the ones who have already solved can see that what should be the right approaches to such questions. Okay, so there are 4 continents: Africa, America, Australasia, and Europe. And there are 4 categories, right? Labor, health, population studies, and refugee relocation. LHPR. So there are 4, this thing also: Africa, America, Australasia, and Europe. So you have to have total 21 people. Okay, so let's try to fill it. Okay, so try to fill it and tell me how many cases you get and some data, and then we'll discuss it. Right, so it should not take more than 5 minutes to complete this because now we already know that what we have read the question, and you will get multiple possibilities, and try to fill and tell me that what all things can be uniquely filled. I don't know why it's not showing any comments on YouTube today. It is streaming on YouTube. Oh, my app is not working. So anyone done with this? Okay, not an issue. Anyway, people are watching on app as well. I don't know what's issue with the YouTube channel today. Do not see comments after since long. Showing some live people, but not comments. All the people are not commenting. Okay, so let's solve this one. Right, so if we start with the first statement, it says the number of labor experts in the camp was exactly half the number of experts in each of the other three categories. So there are 21 people, right? So in each category, if there are 2x people, so in labor you will have x people. So total 7x, right? In each of the other three, you will have 2x, 2x, 2x. So x is equal to 3. So in labor you have total 3. In others you have 6 each. So that adds up to 21 people. Okay, now the next statement says that Africa did not send any labor expert. So Africa did not send any labor expert. Otherwise, every continent, including Africa, sent at least one expert for each category. So all these numbers have to be positive numbers. This is the only zero in the table. Okay. None of the continents sent more than 3 experts in any category. So maximum is 3. The numbers are 1, 2 or 3. All the numbers that will be filled here. Okay. If there had been one less Australasian expert, then the Americans would have had twice as many experts as each of the other continents. Okay. So it means that Australasia has one more expert. Then if suppose there was one less expert, so we are reducing only from Australasia, so that means out of 20, right, if there was one less, there will be total will be 20, right, and Americans would have twice as many experts at each of the continents. So Americans would have 8, other 3 would have had 4 each, right, if that is the condition, right. So if that is the case, that means Australasia has 5, because for one less it makes 8,444 and others have 4 this. Okay, now if this total is 4, so obviously all these values will be 1. Okay, it can be simply done. Okay, now Mike and Alfonso are the leading experts of population studies who attended the conference. They are from Australasia. So these are from population studies and Australasia, that is 2, right? So that means total is 5. So all 3 will be 1 and this will also be 1. Okay, so we fill these values. Now what we are left with is these two values, right? So these two should add up to 6. Achha, these 3 values have add up to 4. So how can they add up to 4 is 1, 1 and 2. So either you will have 1, 1, 2, right? In that case, if you have 1, 1, 2, it will be like 3, 2 and 2. Okay, if you take 1, 2, 1, it will be 3, it will be 1, it will be 3. Okay, and if you take 2, 1, 1, okay, in that case you will have 2 people over here, okay, 2 people over here and 3 people over here. So these are the 3 possibilities you will get. Okay, AMH should be 3. No, it can be 2 also. Is it given somewhere? America, this health could be 2 also. Third case, right? So if you take this 2, right, 2, 2, 1, 1, 6. Okay. So there are 3 possible solutions. Okay. So which of the following combinations is not possible? So we've got 3 possible solutions. Now this set is difficult because I would rate this as difficult because you are getting multiple possibilities, right? We are getting multiple possibilities, so it looks to be easy. It is not difficult to fill, but given the number of cases, so it happens in CAT that sometimes the question may not be very difficult, right? It will not be like too difficult to find out, but you will have multiple possibilities. Like I remember in CAT 2019, there was one question on like 3 kinds of things: biscuits, cookies, some kind of question. That was not difficult at all because something was given that this has to be in this order, but there were three possible solutions. Okay, so though that is how CAD will make things like lengthy for you. Okay, so these are the possible solutions that we have. So the logic was this. See, first of all, we found out that labor has 6, three others have 6 because it is half of all others, right? Next, we found out these numbers, okay? And then we knew that this is 0, others have to be filled. So these two were filled clearly, and then because of those two names, we filled these. Now, total has to be 4, so it could be 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1. So based on this, we will get 3 cases, right? Yeah, candy savory set, correct. So now here you have 3 cases. Now tell which of the following combinations is not possible. So if you get such kind of matrix based puzzles, generally it will be a time consuming affair. I'm not saying that it is logically very intense, but yes, it's a cumbersome task. You have to make tables, multiple cases, and then answer the questions. On the other hand, if you get logical DI, there could be some puzzles. You get some number puzzle, right? It will be very short and sweet, but it requires out of the box thinking, right? How fast can you think? How good you are with numbers? For example, like in 2019, there was one set which I attempted in the paper that was on that 100 boxes and 100 prizes, right? That was very short set, right? It was doable quite fast. If you could click that, the numbers would be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. But if you cannot think that way, then that becomes a challenging thing. So CAT is a mix of such questions. Some questions will be too lengthy and boring. Okay, some questions could be done quite fast. Fast in the sense that if you can think fast, you can do fast. Otherwise, those are that require special thinking abilities. Okay, two experts in population from America, two in America. Okay, in only this case you have, and two health experts from Africa. And two from population America and two from health. So this is possible. Okay, two experts in population from America, and one health expert from Africa. Two population America, one Africa. Three in refugee from America, and one health expert from Africa. Three in America, one in Africa. That is also possible. So obviously fourth should be the answer. Okay, so once you eliminate three of the options, the fourth option automatically becomes your answer, right? So you should not be checking the option in the examination. Okay, so once you have eliminated three options, fourth is obviously right. So let's see this, that you might argue that why will it be correct or not. So Africa and America each had one expert in population studies, so that is not possible, right? Or see, sometimes, I mean, just a quick tip, whenever you have such kind of questions, which of the following is not true, you can try your luck by starting from the last option. Right? I have not done it, but maybe I should do it, because the psychology of the paper setter must be ये option A से D तक देखेगा, last में पहुंचेगा तो तब उसे 3 check करने पड़ेंगे, right? So I thought of a new trick that let me try also. I mean, that depends, right? That depends on the psychology of the paper setter, right? Sometimes they think that people might start from option A to D, so you play the reverse psychology and beat them. Okay, so these are the three cases that we developed. If Ramos is the known American expert in population studies, which of the following is not true about the numbers of experts in the conference from other 4 continents? Right, so we will take the case in which you have only one person in the population studies. Okay, so one person from America. So which of the following is not true? So let us try with the fourth option. There are 3 experts in refugee location from the Americas. That is true. There are 2 experts in health from Americas. That is false. Okay. So just as an experiment, I started from the last option. Okay, so you can also try this strategy. Maybe it might work, it might not a guarantee, right? So it's like that coin picking game, right? Equally intelligent. If that person also becomes intelligent, that things that you are checking from option D, that person may start giving option A as the right answer. Okay, Alex, an American expert in refugee relocation, was the first keynote speaker in the conference. What can be inferred about the number of American experts in refugee relocation in the conference, excluding Alex? So what can we say about them? So it says that refugee relocation. So in refugee relocation, we have two or three people, right? So in this case, we have two. In this case, we have three. So either we have two or three people. Alex is one of them, right? Alex is one of them. So remaining are, excluding Alex, will be one or two people, right? So at least one, at most two. Both are true. So there will be at least one and at most two, right? Okay. So this was one more question. Which of the following numbers cannot be determined from the information given below? So all these numbers which talk about these cannot be determined, right? Labor experts we can determine, right? Health experts, Europe we can determine everything. Australasia we can determine. And see, again he played the same card. I mean, I don't know if the options were in the same order or option D turned out to be the right answer, isn't it? Okay. All right. So let's do the next set. And again, some set from CAT. I think it was in 2018 first lot. Okay. So it says that Adriana, Bandita, Chitra, and Daisy are four female students, and Amit, Barun, Chetan, and Dev are four male students. Okay. So it says that each of them studies in one of the three institutes X, Y, and Z. Each student majors in one subject among marketing, operations, and finance, and minors in a different one among these three subjects. And the following facts are known about the eight students. I'm sure many of you must have attempted this set. Right? How many of you have done this set before? And definitely many of you must have done, because if you talk about past year papers, you obviously solved the past 3-4 years, right? It was in 2018, I guess, if I'm not wrong, right, in the first slot. Okay. All right, so this is the table, and for the ones who have not done, so let's do it. So there are three students from X, three from Y, and two from Z, and both are females. So let's do this way. ABCD. Let's write for females, right? ABCD for males. This is also a good set. I mean, I would say that such sets take time. Institute, major, and minor. So you should know your abilities, right? Maybe there are some people, for example, I do not prefer to do such a set. Rather, I would do a number based set because I'm good with numbers, right? But on the other hand, there would be some people who might not be very strong with numbers, right? They would prefer to do some set, right? Because this, I find these very cumbersome, right? Filling a lot of information, making large tables. But on the other hand, if it is something related to numbers, I can think, right, what could be the numbers, right? If it is, let's say, Venn diagram or those kind of things. So I am that kind of person who would go for those sets. Okay, so you should decide, like, if you have done sufficient practice, if you have done hundreds of sets, right? So then you definitely know that what type you are, what type of questions that you are good at doing, right? In our mocks also you must have seen key certain kind of questions you can do fast as compared to others, right? So pick those, like pick those 2 3 points key, like suppose you know Venn diagram well, you know, let's say sort of questions on games and tournaments wherein numbers are involved, you are strong with those, right? So in case you find a set, like the first 2 3 minutes should go in deciding ki kaun se set aaye paper mein, right? Suppose 5 sets, out of this you find one on games and tournaments, one on Venn diagram, and rest 3 are logical reasoning, pure LR, like these ones, right? So decide ki acha these two I should attempt first, then I should the preference order. Okay, that helps a lot, unless you are like master of all trades. Even in that you have preference, isn't it? You prefer to do something else than these. So that is the main strategy to raise your score, because in other sections it is like question by question, right? You are investing time per question. Here you are investing time per set, because most of the cases you would be solving the set completely and then moving to the other one. Okay, so make sure that you choose the sets wisely, because in quant what happens is like you invest like 30 seconds 1 minute and then you decide ki acha this is I'm heading nowhere, you skip that question. But in a set you will not realize until 4 5 minutes, right? After 5 minutes you realize, okay, I've screwed this set, so 5 minutes gone, right? So that's a huge loss. Same goes in the VRC section with the RC passages. So these are some hacks to improve your score in the paper. Okay, so let's fill those then. So there are 3 students from X, 3 from Y, 2 for females from Z. So 2 females will be among them. So let us fill the direct information that is given to us. Adrina and Dev are from the same institute. Desi and Amit are from same institute, right? So that means they cannot be from Z, right? So because both are, so both females are from Z. Now Adriana and Dev, these are opposite genders, then these are also opposite gender. So that means Adriana and Daisy, apart from that the other 2 ladies are from Z. Okay, Barun is from Y and majors in operations. Chetan is from X and majors in finance. Okay, let me just review the condition. What was the condition given? That majors in one subject, marketing operations finance, minors in a different one. Okay, Daisy minors in operations. Okay, so these are the direct information that we have filled, right? So this is completely done, this is completely done. We know we will find out these soon. Okay, and this we will get, like X and Y will get. Okay, only 1 mil. Okay, let's use these 2 3 and 4 to find out remaining things. Both the male students from Y minor in finance. So this is from Y, so this will minor in finance, and other person will also while the female student from Y majors in operations. Okay, so that means Y there are 2 male and 1 female. Okay, now this cannot be from Y, isn't it? This lady cannot be from Y because that's the female student from Y majors in operations. Now if this person is minoring in operations, so this means this is from Y and majors in operations, this is from X. Now we can fill that D is from Y and uh, this Amit is from X. Okay, so the thing is how to solve these in the minimum possible time is you should always do the thing that is directly given, right? Had I started with statement 2, right, मुझे condition लिखनी पड़ती, कहीं पे note बनाने पड़ते, ठीक है? So I did not read this statement, right? Second one, third statement also I did not read, right, because that was not giving me any significant information, right? Now fourth also I skipped because they could be any one female and any two male, right? See, the order matters. If you can do this, that is the optimum way to solve these questions. ठीक है? I skipped 2, 3 and 4 क्योंकि कोई भी हो सकते थे मेल स्टूडेंट्स, राइट? वन मेल स्टूडेंट कोई भी हो सकता है, 3 फीमेल कोई भी हो सकती है, ठीक है? 1 फीमेल एंड 2 मेल कोई भी हो सकते हैं, राइट? नाउ दिस वाज अ गुड वन बिकॉज these are from same institute, right? These two people are from same institute. Now they cannot be from Z because both females are from Z, right? So they cannot be from Z, they cannot be from Z. Now for two women we know that one of them will be from X, one of them will be from Y, so the remaining two will be from Z. Okay, so we started with that, and then some state, I mean you could have started with 6 and 7 and thought, when thoda sa dimag lagana tha isme, so that we figured out, right? Now we will come to these statements. Okay, both the male students from Y minor in finance, so this is the one male student, the second male student is this, right, minor in finance. Okay, so this is done. Okay, only one male student majors in operations, so this is done, right, while 3 female students minor in marketing, so this is minoring in operations, so these 3 will be in marketing. Okay, now we know that only one student major in operations. If this is major in operations, okay, so this will be marketing because this cannot be in operations. Okay, now this could be finance or operations, we do not know yet, so this is also done. Fourth statement, so fifth we have figured out. Fourth statement says one female and 2 male students major in finance, right? So 2 male have to major in finance, so this will be the second male majoring in finance, and 1 female. Okay, so that could be any one out of these. And what else can we fill? I think this is the only information that we can fill. We cannot find who is that one female. Okay, 2 male students we have figured out, these are the 2 male students, and इन दोनों के minors नहीं पता चलेंगे, इन तीनों के majors नहीं पता चलेंगे, right? That is why it is CAT, right? They will give you partially filled table. So in generally in arrangement based and matrix based questions, right, and they will give you a partially filled table, multiple cases, 2 या 3 case बन जाएंगे, ठीक है? All the sets that we did, right, multiple cases were possible, right? So now let us solve the questions. Okay, so this is the table that we will get. We just filled it. ये 3 बच गए थे हमारे टेबल में भी, और ये 2 बच गए थे. Let's see the questions now. Who are the students from the institute Z? Okay, Bandita and Chitra. Achha, one important thing here is, let us say you are solving the question, okay? And let's say you started this set when you had just 6 minutes in hand, ठीक है? 6 मिनट बचे थे और आप 6 मिनट खाली जाने नहीं दोगे, right? You will fight till the end, or do you give up in the beginning, right? So you will definitely fight till end. So put 4 minutes to get something, and in the last 2 minutes make sure you see all the questions, right? क्योंकि ये बंदिता और चित्रा वाली चीज we had figured out in the beginning, right? In fact, I started with this statement itself, that these are the 2 people in the institute Z. Okay, so if you are running short of time, you will definitely be able to score those three valuable marks. That could be a difference between some like new IM to an old IM, right? Okay, which subject does Dev minor in? So Dev minors in finance. Which subject does Amit major in? Amit majors in finance. If Chitra majors in finance, which subject does Bandita major in? So Chitra majors in finance. Okay, Now, can we tell that which subject does Bandita major in? Can we tell this answer? Do you remember the conditions? There was a condition given that there are two male students and one female majoring in finance. Remember मैंने वो one female में question mark डाला था. We do not know who is that female, right? So कभी भी if a statement, open-ended statement is given, definitely they will ask a question from that. Okay? Remember that if they give you some condition which you could not figure out, they will ask question. Like जैसे वो वो भी किया था ना वो चार continents वाला. We knew that those values could not be filled. They had asked questions from that. Okay. So definitely that if Chitra majors in finance, right? So she cannot major in finance, right? She cannot major in marketing, so she will major in operations. Okay, so that is the answer to this question. All right, so this was the class for the day, right? We revised some great sets from the past, right? These are really good sets, right? Not so easy ones. These take time. It's not that see, each set has its own sort of importance, right? These are the sets that take time to fill. Okay, I mean, thinking wise, you might not require a lot of time to think about these sets. You know that information is given, you have to jot down. But as you saw in most of the cases, you had multiple cases possible, right? Like the last one, and in the previous one also, right? So we saw that there are multiple possible cases. Okay, so that's why these arrangement or matrix based sets, they involve multiple possibilities in CAD. As long as CAD is concerned, most of the times they have multiple possibilities. And so as I said that we are running this last lab to CAD series, and we've started these sessions. So tomorrow we'll have a session by Gaurav sir, right? So do join at 7 p.m. and every day or alternate day, right? There are 20 sessions in all in the coming 27 days, 28 days, right? So do watch that calendar, and if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, so you can watch over there, or else on our app also you'll get the notification, right? So do watch these sessions. These will really help you. So the teachers will teach you the approaches, right? So maybe you had solved these sets in the past, so you get to know the right approach. What are the right statements that you should pick, right? How can you solve this fast? अभी जो last वाला set था, right? Many of you must have done. Some would take 8 minutes, some would take 10 minutes, right? Different timing, right? It depends on how do you read the statements. Had you read a statement that gave the direct data first, you would have done it in a lesser time as compared to starting with statement 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is not necessary to go in the order. I mean, of course, that should not be done in the sequence of statements. You have to pick those statements that give you relevant data in the beginning. All right, so I hope you liked today's class, and I'll be taking a couple of more classes. I think one is on Venn diagrams and one on some number-based sets. So those are some interesting topics that I like teaching. Okay, so thanks for attending this class. Have a great night. Goodbye.